Hello from a very wet and somewhat breezy Saturday in the garden. Today I thought I would just share with you a little update of what has happened in the garden since the last vlog and give you a little sort of run through of the plans that I've got, hopefully to improve this space a little bit more. So without further ado, hopefully you can hear me alright. My microphone was run out of charge and I couldn't be bothered to wait for it to charge and then do this video. So we're doing it now. So yes, without further ado, let me run through the changes that have happened. So firstly, I'll just give you a bit of an overview of what the garden is looking like at the minute. Obviously it's not a very nice day, so it all looks a bit drab, but the courgettes are flowering, so that's a bit of colour to the garden. I put out these little beans. These are dwarf red, I believe. So I've got some canes and I've raised them up just because I think something's been eating at them, and I can only assume it's slugs. But I have got slug pellets, these wool pellets everywhere, which you'll see as we go round. So I'm not sure what's been eating them, but I'm a bit annoyed about that. So I've lifted them up in hopes that that might save them a bit. We also got two new plants in the garden. This is a lavender, and this is a it's a word that I can't pronounce. I'll put it on the screen because I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Laurentia, maybe? Anyway, that's what that is. I'm not sure what colour. Might be pink, I don't know. So we'll see how that goes. We bought these, and Mum had a couple of plants from a neighbour up the road, so they're exciting. Then my carrots. I did expose one carrot earlier to see what was going on under there, so I think maybe these might be coming along. I'm not too sure. Oh look, that one's looking good under there. Don't know how well you'll see that. Once again, lifted these because a friend of mine said that the carrot root fly can only fly a certain height. So I don't know if these are actually getting attacked by carrot root fly, but I thought, well, I'll take precautions even if it's maybe a little bit too late. Then in this bed, the shard is all coming up so well. I can't believe how well that's done after being removed from that tiny little tub that they were all squished in. The courgettes are doing wonderfully. I have lost various courgettes to the slugs. Yeah, I'm just doing what I can. Hopefully the wool pellets will help, we'll see. And the green one too is doing very well. Once again, shard's doing very well. This one has bolted, but oh well. The mint has gone absolutely berserk, which is incredible. It looks so beautiful. I love this mint. So I brought this over here to deter anything from my carrots. That's why the grass is a bit dead. Another courgette here. I don't know why this has gone yellow. Is that because it's in the wrong soil type for what it is? I've also been doing various bits of weeding because it's all gone a little bit busy. You'll see that we haven't got any lettuce in here. I actually lifted the last one that was big enough last night for our tea, but I have planted like all of them along here and down here because they're so small. They're really compact and they'll grow in small spaces. So we'll see what happens. These carrots I put in here and they do look to be growing and doing something. But I realised after I put them in here that the bed probably isn't deep enough for them to actually turn into vegetables. So that might be a slight issue. The sprouts over here, they too have come up really well considering they're all squished in that tub. But still, I have absolutely no idea how you're supposed to grow sprouts. So, I mean, it's getting taller, it's looking good, so I'll just let them carry on doing their thing and hope that they'll survive or do something. We'll see what happens there. The flowers all flowered and this one's now coming out. This one, I might be able to, I don't know if I took a picture or not, but I'll pop in a picture if I can of how beautiful it was. But it actually snapped over in the wind. So sadly that is no longer with us. And this one flowered and has died off. And this one is flowering and it looks beautiful. So I'm glad because I wasn't sure this was going to make it, but that looks really great. So very chuffed with that. Oh, Dad's been strimming and left plastic everywhere. Tomatoes. Now, These ones, if you remember, they were all shoved in this little pot and there was loads of them. So I've separated all of them bar 2 because I feel like if I pull one of these out it might kill them both. But they're still a bit squished in here, so I'm not too sure what I'm going to do about this. But I've put a bit of string here because I'm going to try the string method of keeping the tomatoes upright. We'll see what happens there. My raspberries are a whole nother matter. So I've got obviously 5 raspberry, what did I call them? Strawberries? I don't know. 5 raspberry plants, and those 3 have died, and these 2 have survived and have got fruit on them. So I was a bit disappointed about that, but Daniel and I both had a conversation about this the other night, and we think it's because the ground here is so hard and so stony that it stunted the growth. So they obviously got so far and then the roots couldn't get enough nutrients or something, I don't know, because the stems, like the stalks themselves, are quite slim compared to these ones that have got fruit on them. So I wonder if they weren't able to grow enough and therefore they tried to fruit and they just didn't get enough moisture retention or nutrients. I'm not too sure, but these ones have survived, so at least that's better than nothing. So yes, we've got fruit on here, which is very exciting. This is looking really good, this one. That looks amazing. So yeah, raspberries on there, raspberries on here. Looks great. So them 2 are so far so good. As I said, I'm trying the tomato string method, so I planted these today, or repotted these today, in hopes that they may survive and grow. They came out really easy out of the pot, so there's no root breakage or anything. They've got really good roots on them, so hopefully they'll do well. Over in the wildflower meadow, let's say, the gladiolus that I planted in various places is looking really good. All coming along very well. And the ones, I didn't tell you this story, but a couple got chopped down and they are still with us, and hopefully they'll survive. We can only hope. So yes, looking quite good in this little area. We've got some nice little dandelions, so oh, yeah, it's looking good over here. Got a bit of colour, got a daisy over there. Very exciting. Then in the bean patch, I need to actually tie this up because I just put it out today. But the French beans are still surviving, even though they have had a lot of slug damage. They are surviving. So as you can see, slug damage. But look at these vines are going up and they're very busy, and I'm trying to help train them. Some of them are more capable than the others. This one's not so well, and this one hasn't had leaves completely. However, it is still trailing. So yeah, this big one that's looking the best, I literally took that out of the grow house today and put it in the ground. So that's why that looks so good. So if these ones don't survive, we can start some more in the grow house and get them all to that stage, and that might help their growth a bit quicker. In the tomato room, things are starting to happen. So we've got flowers on every single plant. So we've got flowers on this one. This is Gardener's Delight. Flowers on the, what's this called? Shirley. Yeah. And flowers on the Sun Gold. So that's exciting. This one's getting really tall and there's not much room left for it to grow, so hopefully it doesn't get any taller. I did actually have to tie it up the other day because it got so crazy. I've had various suckers going off and offshoots and it all getting a bit nuts, so I had to have a good chop down and give them more room because it was all getting a bit claustrophobic in here. So that's what's happening in here. Very exciting. Everyone's very healthy. It smells lovely in here. And we have got flowers, so I'm excited to see hopefully some tomatoes soon. As I cut down a lot of the tomato, the tomato plants, I read online that you have to feed the tomatoes once they start to flower and fruit. So I thought about making my own liquid fertiliser. So I'm put the cuttings, the tomato cuttings, in this bucket of water here to leave this to soak and drain out all the nutrients, and then I will take them out and use this water to water the tomatoes. Lastly, in the flower update department, we have another flower starting to bud here after this one died, and this was the flower that was over there that died and snapped, so I just put it in here just because it's so pretty and I didn't want to see it die and blow away over there, so I put it in here. But obviously I will have to get rid of that now. I'll also have to have a sort out of all this craziness. Obviously with the good weather and all the rain and the sunshine we've had recently, everything's gone a bit ballistic. So the grass is growing like billy-o and the weeds keep coming back. But yeah, so I thought I'd share with you some plans. So I've got some solar panel or solar powered lights to go around the edging. I was thinking about getting like an arch for the gate and then growing like a rose or something up it. I was thinking about growing something along the hedge somehow, trying to get it some colour. So I did think putting the fairy lights up and those like little hanging tin buckets that you put like little plants in, potted plants, maybe a nice idea, just add a bit of colour and a bit of busyness around the outside. If you have any other suggestions on maybe what to grow along the edge or how to fill that space, that would be nice. Please let me know. And then with regards to the corner, I'm in the process of picking the right water butt that I want. I think I have found the right one now, so it's just buying that and getting that delivered. And then put a little shed in this corner. The shed that I wanted is now unavailable on Amazon because I've taken so long to buy it, but I found the exact same one again elsewhere, so I need to buy that and put that in there, and then I could put my tools and my compost and things in there. I also want to get a little potting bench to go under the window, but once again, so this whole area here is always in shade pretty much, so the sun goes around the house, and so this all gets full sun but this doesn't. So I obviously want to try and jazz it up and make it a bit more colourful in this area. What do I plant and how do I do it? Do I get a load of pots and fill it with pots and flowers that like shade, or what do I do? So please let me know. So that was a little update for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do let me know if you have any tips and tricks and whatnot in the comments, because I'd love to learn more and make sure that I'm doing things right or how I can improve. So any advice would be appreciated. I'll be sure to keep you updated when we next have anything to harvest or if there's any other developments in the garden. But thank you for joining me on my gardening journey, and I'll catch up with you next time.